Yeah.
Man, I'm not even used I haven't taken breakfast. And nobody has, I'm usually used to guys bringing me gifts. Nobody has brought me anything.
She used homemade margarine.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Because when you slide, I think only people slide on the DMs.
Y'all can leave me alone, okay? Let me tell Lisa all I want. I'm Kenyan. Anyway, so yes, we had the Tupac song.
Yeah.
Tupac song was out. It's been out. It's been out for a very long time, and of course, the black people claim it. They claim his music. They stick to it. But all of a sudden, here comes.
Yeah, keep your head up.
Yeah, so Keep Your Head Up was played during a convention or a walk.
Yeah, it was a walk.
So yes, it was a question of, and it was played by mostly what was seen to be white women.
Yes, as they say, Caucasian
women. Or the haters would say white people.
Yeah.
So it was a problem because people were saying in the message it was more geared towards black women.
Yeah.
But what would be the problem of having white women play a black man's song in a global village?
I think first of all, like, they feel that he was talking about black women and their struggles,
right?
In the song,
right?
And so these women took the song, it became their theme song. These Caucasian women, and they're like, "How dare you? How dare you take like, you're trying to diminish." It was for black women, like in the States, like they have this issue that goes on between blacks and whites. They have their reason why they feel that way. It goes back to their ancestors.
Yeah.
And how they were forced to jump on the ship and go to America. So they still have those issues, even though they're not alive.
Yeah.
They still have those issues.
No, it runs deep.
Yeah, it runs really deep, about that. So they felt like, you know what, we shouldn't do that. This is for us. It's specifically for us. You can kind of understand why they feel that way. It's kind of like.
But you see, also, like I said, we're a global village. And right now, guys are mixed race also. So what happens to people who are mixed race? Should they not play because their parents are white? As in, like, it just becomes, the lines have become a bit blurred, don't you think?
I think that's their personal view about how everyone has a right to their own personal view. And that's how they feel. They feel like something's being yanked from them. Like, for example, in the community in America, they view Tupac very highly,
Yeah.
And they view his music very highly. And so they kind of feel like, what, this is like, and a lot of his music, if you look at the back history about it, how his father was like a Black Panther and everything, so they take.
Right.
So I think it was more like they have their personal view and they're taking it in a way. But I think the song itself is a song that, resonates it resonates with everyone,
Yeah.
It kind of builds you up. You're like, let me keep my head up. Even though I'm going through this, day by day, let me keep my head up. So I think, like I said, my personal view is they have their own personal opinion,
views, right.
And then that's how they feel. But there's quite a few of them that were ranting about it. If you go online, they're ranting about it. What do you think, Kunta?
Yeah, they were even talking about the references on the song. It's like all the women on the song are black on the video. So the song was about black women. It doesn't refer to any other race. It's like,
I don't think it should be a race. Okay, I personally don't think it should be a race.
They're making it a race thing now.
Yeah, I don't think it should be because, again, it's an uplifting song. And I think probably, yes, Tupac made reference to black women, but I don't think he would have, if he was alive today, would have segregated it to black women only.
But that's blacks in America, like, not in a bad way, yeah? And I say this not in a bad way, yeah? But they can also be a bit funny, They come hardcore, like they're saying this is a black song, but they come hardcore against them. The same black Americans are the ones who meet people on the street, like us guys, they're like, go back to Africa, like they're.
But now the Africans always saying, go back to America.
Yeah, so they're like, it's like where is the line really drawn? Is there really any line drawn, or is it just a personal preference that you have? I think it's more about a preference. They saw these white women walking on the street,
yeah,
or let me say Caucasian women, like for example, when I lived abroad, we have a lot of pointies like we have a few pointies in Kenya that are like they're like gold,
yeah.
If you go over there in Kenya, we used to say you say half caste. You can't say that in Europe.
Yeah.
They're like, half of what? You're supposed to say mixed race.
Yeah.
So let me say Caucasians,
Yeah.
Like you see them walking on the street and they're there with their banners, they're walking, they're proud, and then they're like, keep your head up, and they're playing that song.
Yeah.
So these other people, they kind of got salty.
Right.
They're like, what do you mean? What do you mean taking our history, our black artists, and trying to use it to promote what you want? That's what the big issue was.
Right. Well, we'll leave them to duke it out. We'll still listen to good music at the end of the day. Before we go on the break, I gotta touch quickly on there's a hip hop first official union, because everybody's unionizing now. But KRS-One and Chuck D have come together to launch a hip hop union. Yeah. First of all, Kunta, I'm directing this at you because man, you're about to do something with KRS-One.
Yeah, man. Actually, it's the chairman of the union.
Okay.
Yeah, and Curtis Blow is the vice chairman. And it's a very good thing because they started it because so many hip hop artists who have passed away, they died broke. Look at the likes of Black Rob, Craig Mark.
Right.
Yeah. So even this guy from Scarface.
Yeah.
Scarface had to have a donation for him to have kidney transplant.
You're suffering.
His son is the one who gave him his kidney. So it's about time we have that union to fight for the rights of artists in terms of royalties, the shows, how they're getting paid. Very, very, very important. We should also start one here in Kenya, man.
I was even going to point this question to you guys about now unionizing, because organizations like MCSK are supposed to be doing that, fighting for you guys' royalties, your rights, making sure that you guys are insured, all of that. Prisk as well. Like, do you feel there's now should be something in, because Prisk came in as an independent of MCSK.
Prisk is about performance rights.
Yeah.
Just performance.
Oh, it was just performance.
Yeah, just
and
performance
camp.
rights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Camp is for producers. Kenya Association of Music
Right.
of Producers. Yeah.
So MCSK was supposed to be an umbrella for all of it, right?
Yeah, for the music.
For the music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taking royalties and everything.
So away from all these associations, do you feel like artists should unionize to the point where now you're covered under people who will fight for your royalties, fight for your performance fees, fight for your health? Do you think it's about time that we figure there even as Kenyans?
Okay. As for me, I think it's very, very important. It's very, very important to have a union to fight for what we believe.
Yeah.
See, many times the unions are there, but as he fight for, they fight for their own interests. Like MCSK is there; it has been there for a while, but imekuwa yani iki-oppress instead of uplifting these artists, instead of fighting for their rights, imekuwa iki-oppress. Oppress vile. Yani as per now, there is no. Let's say it's like there's no union. There's nothing like that. So we need to up our game. We need something that is workable. People see the benefits of a union as well. So
I think I agree with them. We need to do that, but mostly it's a systematic thing, if I can say so myself. Because I believe, I stand to be corrected though, because you've never seen the operations of an MCSK, how it works. So most artists do not know.
Right.
Don't even know the voting process if you want to elect a new leader. You don't even know. And I bet you 90% of artists do not even know their leaders, or the chairmans, or the board, the directors, and everything else.
Yeah.
And the last time I checked to the MCSK, it's not even digitized. How sad is that?
Why? For real?
In this day and age,
Are you serious?
Last time I checked, and I said, last time I checked.
When was that?
I don't remember.
That is so weird, because we're the tech
It's
hub
not
of
digitized.
Africa, so how is that even possible?
Because it's not digitized. So it's not really digitized.
And
yet.
it's been on and off too, because it's like been suspended, tena imerudishwa, tena iko on, tena it's on, and that's just it's packet. So we never know who's taking the money for the artists.
But you see, what I think is this, we have this system in Kenya, and not just Kenya, but Africa. Like, I can get away with anything.
exactly.
Yeah, we have that
They are
system.
thieves actually.
Yeah. So
Calling it as it is.
Yeah.
We see it in every sector in our country.
Yeah.
It's like, you Aisha too. That's how people behave.
We're still at least
The-
1,000 kwa simu.
The least philosophy, is how we live our lives.
We're at least
And so the
country,
thing is, MCSK were removed. Went to court, they came back. Again, same thing, they came back. So they're like, there's nothing you can do to us. We can keep on doing what we want to do. There's nothing you can do.
That's
So
what
the
it is,
artist is always gonna remain like in terms of that live stream and that whole thing of collecting the royalties and everything, the artist is always gonna remain down in that aspect.
Yeah.
And I think it's changed in a way where now artists are like, you know what? Sorry for my English, but they're like, screw you. We're gonna do things our own way.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure it out our own way. We no longer there's no need of registering with you because if I'm getting 1,200 shillings or 1,250.
And you're a top artist.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Man.
But then you have those artists. And we discussed this last time. I think we were having a meet. We discussed it last time. There's these artists who will be like, hey, at least nilipata kitu. That's how they look at it. Like,
like even to add on that, in terms of that, because when I say it's a systematic problem, and I usually say that it's a systematic problem, is because we do not know the process. You see, and I say when we don't know the process, it's like now, Ezeki Mutu is our new chairman.
Who elected him?
Exactly. Who? So
Who
the board,
elected him?
who elected
Because
him?
we
to
are
be-
the artists.
Yeah.
So we are the artists. We're supposed to vet him to be chairman.
Because
So
he's
why does it
representing
have
us,
to be the
yeah.
board?
Yeah.
So why does it have to be the board to actually vet him to be? Just because he has a mass communication degree.
Yeah.
Fine. I know that is good. It's qualification. Fine then. But there's no process, due diligent process.
There's no vetting, no
Yes.
nothing, and no
I
election.
will tell you this for a fact is even way before we started noticing these things, Poxy Pressure was fighting for us. And we were ignorant of why was he fighting for us. Like, why is he fighting alone? And when we in a place in Kenya whereby nisema kwa Kiswahili nitaanza kupigana haki yangu ama nitalisha watu wangu kwa nyumba. Nitaka mkate kwa meza ama nitaanza kupigana. Because people have tried, but when you in Africa, and this is when you start doing a demonstration or a march or some sort. Of course, you tear gas na kupigwa.
And you see
So
as a rebel,
so when you sit down and tell me, like, if for example a Cannibal Songs plays every Thursday, and it's maybe 100 shillings per play, and maybe it's 35 radio stations are playing that, so 100 shillings, that should be like what? If it's played thrice a day, that's what 3,500 or so, 7K, right? So in 3 months, every Thursday for the next 4 weeks, my money should be there. We don't even have a monitoring system to actually. I should know that my money is, my money is this much. That's why you find even most mainstream artists are going for distribution deals.
Yeah.
Because now I'm not gonna sit here and wait for you pay me. Well, where YouTube can pay me after 1 million views, $100 per view or per 10 views or some sort like that. Why would I sit down and do that? And second and thirdly, hawajahamisha hizo ofisi zao bwana. It's very, very sad, for the money, the amount of money they make, because when you see it's gazetted, and everything is gazetted, even into the the National Government Press, it's gazetted. But you never see anything that's gazetted that you never see yourself before. I go there na hiyo 90 bob yangu na kulipewa kitu na I'm asking, where's the MCSK? Like, there's the audit. There's no audit. They stopped doing
I gotta
audits
ask
years ago.
you both have a big body of work out there, still being played till now. Have you guys seen anything substantial in your whole career as artists?
I saw recently after about 10 plus 555 shillings. Or sad.
Carnival, have you seen anything substantial?
For me, in the beginning they were doing well. They were at least paying something. But when now they started going on and off, court cases, there's no record. You cannot follow up because when you go to the office, they tell you have been having cases. So they use that also to
as an excuse.
Yes, as an excuse. So unajua, it's kind of frustrating. Alafu, we need a solution to this because for how long are we going to be?
But you see, the other thing that people don't realize, and this is something, if you ask a normal Mwananchi out there, they cannot tell you these artists were there. Okay, fine. Every time my song is played or download or whatever, how much is supposed to come? you know. And then what are the deductions that
Guys are not educated on
that these
that.
companies take,
Yeah.
you know, because you know you need to know like, okay, even if it was 5 shillings, you know, how much are you taking, you
Yeah.
know, at the end of the day, you know, because when you look at it, because a lot of guys that you talk to will be like, hey, Maze, my song in a chezo. That's what they'll tell you.
Yeah.
Or they'll tell you like, even if it's not this MCSK, they'll be like, my song is being streamed, and they can't tell you
Yeah.
like how much. They're just happy. They're living in happy world. It's like Alice in Wonderland, you know. They're living in this fake.
They're okay with having
yeah.
the music being played.
Yeah. So and then the thing is like I don't know how many followers. You know, people right now, like people right now are selling their Instagram pages to survive.
Yeah.
They're like each follower I'm selling for like 50 cents to a shilling. Like people are selling right now, man. And it's like that's where we have reached right now. Someone says I have this page and it has, I don't know, 1 million followers. So each person I'm selling them for you to have them. Yeah. So you've got to ask yourself, like, where are we really going? Where are we being educated and everything? There's no education for this. Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break, but when we come back, there's so much to debunk with always with these conversations. But when we come back, we'll get much more into it. And of course, the advent of digital change that has also brought, what it has brought for artists as well. All right, we'll be back. Remember, you can always hit us up on +254 788 38 0030. Let's chop it up here on The Vault on Icon Radio, your #1 entertainment plug.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you guys have any music that you'd like him to play specifically?
I said Gaza's
Okay, I'm like Gaza's music. Yeah. Cannibal, do you have any? Is it on YouTube? We download. Yeah, let me write.
YouTube
just in case.
Nimeingia kwa zenyu zote.
Menyambi
sema nao niko nayo, niko na Joy.
You can find me on YouTube.
Alafu now that you're the chosen one, you went to the secular one, you visited about to back it to
This is not a test. It's difficult.
That's still your music.
Blind, deaf, dumb. Your mind left numb. Lost soul. You failed to hear the roll of the drum. In the bottom of your bomb shelter. Still felt that. Blocks the glue of the mask. Welders. The math of an elder.
Hey, Kunta has returned with his discography. He's over there. He's decided that he's gonna lay everything on us. I love it. You've done your homework. Lazima homework. Ish. Good stuff. So that was Carnival. The first song was sorry. Yeah, it's fine. The first song was Semanao. All right. I was not even speaking, guys. Sorry. The first song was Semanao with by Carnival, and the second one was Joy. Right?
Yeah.
We all need joy.
We all need joy. Carnival has